welcome here in Sweden, the archipelago of Göteborg. My name is Polch, and most of you know me probably from many videos I'm doing normally in German. This video I'm doing in English, as I did the first video together with Joachim in the office about the project of the Nimbus. Now I have to concentrate. Normally it's 465, up to now it will be 495, and it's one of the most proudest day in my life. It's 15th of May in 2024. The weather is just in correspondence with my personal feeling, because I have been also the first person actually sleeping on a Nimbus 495 on Earth, and this nobody can take ever away from me again, because yeah, this is unique. And this boat is so much me, and also example Jonas sitting up there, one of my best friends and the face of Nimbus. And what I want to do now is give you the first impression of this prototype, you call it, the first series boat, the first built boat ever. It has been launched to the sea in beginning of March this year. It has been tested with Volvo Penta, with Garmin, with all the complex installation being done in this boat, because it's the biggest boat Nimbus have ever been built. It's a complete new design, and my intention now is to give you an overview, my perspective on this boat, which will explain you why I'm so proud to be here today. It is summer day in Sweden, and I will also, we have been doing some drone footage last night, which we will put in between, because there's Henrik here, also a friend. I have been working since 25 years doing photos together, so we are more or less a dream team today with Anna, his wife, here together and presenting you that boat. So for many of you looking in the silhouette of this boat, it is quite a new design. It's not quite a new design. It has many aspects which I can see from the Nimbus history, which have been always been there. So probably many of you think, oh, this is a complete new design, but there's so many aspects taken from previous models and just from Joachim, which and his team being put together in a new way, which I find impressively good looking. We just been at Dünse here in a restaurant, the boat been lying at the pier, and I think Jonas has been the same proud as I am to walk to that boat. And then when you walk along the pier, how big this boat is, but still I've been driving it last night. It is very easy to use through all the gadget it has, but also to the negative window and the visibility you have there from the inside and from the outside, for sure, due to the side door concept, the asymmetric decks design, and so on. So let's start here in the front. So we have this typical sidewalk deck where we can very safely walk on the boat. We always feel the side, additionally to the railing. What is, because due to the, so we still have an asymmetric decks design, meaning when I'm going to the port side, the sidewalk is a little bit smaller, but still due to the size of the boat, I can very safely walk on this side here. I have a railing, low railing, a high railing. So even on the port side, I have now the clear sidewalk, still having an asymmetric design to be able to have this more insight Nimbus always had on the Coupé series. Also from the port side, you can see this beautiful side, like this detail. For example, what Joachim integrated is this small shark fin, he called it, which separates the pilot house a little bit like the old commander boats from the salon design, to make not the salon or the pilot house too long. So that's what I mean. Nimbus always had the genes with the brand commander boats for building boats similar to that boat with this commander, this yacht feeling style. Then very unique, we have this Flybridge window quite much to the back, which enables us to have a complete openable window on the front part, on the cap of the Flybridge roof, which is similar to a Coupé boat. So we, in fact, Joachim has taken the best of two sides. On one hand, we have a Flybridge, but not a very dominant Flybridge as many, for example, British or Italian manufacturers have. So the Flybridge with Jonas being 185, nearly 190 high, he's not really picking out there on the fly. So he's very protected by a quite big window. It's still very roomy, which I want to show. And additionally, we have loads of light in the interior, and even on bad weather, heavy sea, we are not in a very enclosed saloon, which would make us not feeling very nice. Then very new is like this launch area we have here in the front, not being like this on the Nimbus ever before. We have a huge sunbed where I can, even without the two pins on the side, I can easily like 4 people next to each other. What we can do, we can fold this up, which was established just before on the W11. So also, like, this is not invented by Nimbus. Many Mediterranean manufacturers had that before, but the whole design is very new and astounding. Then what is very good, that we have this hatch here with our ventilation. I show it later from the inside. So we have a skylight here to the walkway, and also a big ventilation towards the toilet room, to the guest toilet room. Big wipers and this enormous front window without any pillar in the middle. I'm also going to show from the inside. Then we have a big hatch here, and also another hatch here in the front, also for the ventilation into the VIP cabin in the front. Big anchor box with a big quick winch front, it's a, what is it, 26 kilo anchor or something, huh? 30 kilo, sorry for that. So 30 kilo anchor, big winch, front inlet from shore power and the back inlet from foreshore. We have winches, and typical Nimbus, we can easily access and enter, access or exit the boat here from the front. Then we have a complete sunshade here in the front with 4 poles, which covers the whole front deck here. And also here in the storage on each side, we can store, for example, fenders, or even the table leg or a table, which can be installed here in the front, which from my perspective is the most beautiful place to sit, because normally the boat puts itself into the wind, and then you're sitting in the front a bit higher. You're not so blocked by the saloon, by the cabin. So this is a very free space. You're sitting here in the front. This is like where you want to be, with your best friends, with your family, with your wife, sitting here in the front. Neither, like at this day here, Anna, this is the best place to be, or like here in the front. Very, very nice. Then we have on this boat the optional eco, like standard eco teak or optional teak deck. This is now the eco teak, which we also have on many other Nimbus products at the moment, or just established in the model year 2024. It's an artificial teak, which is produced out of meal of wood and plastic. So it has the advantages of the plastic, which is not rotten that much, and it's not getting dirty so easy, but still with the UV protection of the wood, as it is not getting as hot as a single wood product. Then, like I showed that on our, so we have a lamp here even in the front. We have cup holders here everywhere. So many things which I would say normally Mediterranean manufacturers have been stronger with, has been established in that boat. And again, how I can walk here is very, Nimbus style, very safe. That's how you want to bring your family on this boat. Then you are only having 2 steps to reach this enormous side door. This is like easily 1.20 meters. Easy Nimbus, like really like when you, like every Nimbus head, if you move them, and then you have locks in between. So if you move it again, if somebody knows a Nimbus, he knows that door, which the Nimbus had since I'm born. And also now it's closed. So a perfect system, and this even on this huge side door. Then very new, also needed on this size of boat, is this door here to the side. We just put it down, and it's recessed in here. So even passing here, for me now with the door open, there's not any issue. I have the middle cleat directly here at the helm, so I can even go into the helm. I can get out here again. I can even reach the bone stern thruster, the joystick, standing here like on a big boat. I have the middle cleat here, and I can easily exit or enter the boat here through the side door. So I just pull it up again, and it's easy to close, and then I have the sidewalk completely closed again. Again, then another step here at the C-bar, very new, and I really like the design. Now we have the curtains closed, but is this C-pillow here, which is fully glass. So the C-pillow is put a little bit more to the inside, which you will see later on from the inside. It gives a unique feeling. It's also not invented from Joachim. He told me it's from Italian manufacturer, more or less. He did it 20 years ago, but it was redesigned, re-established from Joachim. Then we have, you can just here. Then we have also something very cool, is this cleat setup here. We can just fold this all over, and then we have, I don't know, in German it's a Klüse, so we can really, for the Mediterranean, very important, have the rope going through these rolls here, and a protection, because you have the big mooring going downwards here, and it's really well done with the winch and the rope storage in here, and then this typical Nimbus door which closes to the back. Then we have a huge swimming platform, which I'm going to do later because we're a little bit in a hurry. Henrik needs to do many videos as well, so it's a little time frame. So this platform can be put down. I will show later. What we also have here in the back is a wet bar, optional. There's a little bit of taste, so you can fold this down, and you have a complete wet bar here, like with a grill, and as well a huge storage here, where you can even put a dinghy in or a stand-up paddling board. We could install, like, there could be a plug for a pump, so loads of storage here in the back. For sure also the stern shower. And what I really like, this is a gene again from the Nimbus 305, like how we can over the step up here just walk also to the port side, to the front, or up to the pier. So this is something Nimbus established on the 305, and it's even moved into this big boat here. We're having cleats on the bathing platform just to make a cross here, and then for sure this bathing platform is perfect to bring a big Williams tender. Rubber list is optional. The rubber list here on the bathing platform is a standard one, and this would be also the rubber list which you have all around the boat if you would choose to take one. At the moment the hull is completely clean, which gives it really a yacht feeling without a rubber list around. Then something very special is this back window, which has never been shown before, I think, on a boat. So this closes completely for the night. You can also stop it half if you want, or go all the way down. This has never been seen, I think, on a boat like this. And then you can even, when you have like the sun very down, just close this like being at home. And then you have this huge table here in the back, which you can bring out even more, fold out, and you can easily sit in this square table here in the back with up to 8 people. Which is like, I have not seen many boats, loads of the English Flybridge boats, they neglect this area here, but this is amazing. And again, you can close the sides, I could show that as well. And with the back, it's also in a time of the year where you have less warm time, you can close this here, just show that in the front. This is also, I think, very smart done. So you just can take this part here out, the same you're gonna have here in the back, and so fast this whole area here is closed up. This was, I think, a little bit an idea from the colleagues from Norway. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. The Flybridge we will do separately. Again, the walkway to the port side, I can easily pass here. The way up to the Flybridge is very well to walk. I can hold myself, but very important, again, the port side walkway is very easy to access. And even what I said before, I could get from here to the bathing platform if needed and just be around here again. So everything is very functional. In the interior, we're going to talk a bit later about it because we do a small cut. What is very new is this connection of the kitchen to the outside. Just filming also backwards now again. So this feeling, being here and connecting to the people to the outside is very unique. With the interior, we do separately. Now I just go to the Flybridge. So again, the walk up is very easy. Hi, Jonas.
Should I give you something?
No, yeah, just let me go shortly to the helm.
For sure.
So we have here a forward-facing sunbed. I really like this, fully wind protected, because you can see how high the windscreen is. Easy for 2 people. Also being able to face in both directions, as we can, similar to the front, fold this down, and I can also lie in this direction and having a communication there with Jonas and getting the amazing Swedish sun.
Excellent.
And then we have here at the helm, like really a car feeling, as we will show later on the lower helm. We have this car feeling as we have a middle parts here of the helm, very good to reach joystick, the throttle, the thrusters with the armrest here. This is all very economic, nice wheel. This is very car feeling, but still very nautic established with this small shadow making lid here for the chart plotters. So all the important stuff is really respected. Even the co-driver has a handle here to hold on, cup holders everywhere. And also the driver can leave, very detailed, important detail part, the driver can leave very fast if he needs to go down, even without the co-driver getting up. It would be much easier to put a bench, but this would then not be that comfortable. Then we have optional another fridge up here, which I think a nice thing to have. And then we even have a wet bar inside of the table where we can take some water, what the Scandinavians do. We would not do that in the Mediterranean, drink any tap water, but you do it up here. And you can, with Jonas, you can show that. That's also nice with this Targa. Yes. When you imagine we would now put up the Bimini, which we just fold forward, which is even possible to have electric. You can easily sit up here with 6, 8 people, which we're probably going to do tonight.
Yes, but you can turn around the chair so you can even get more space.
Yeah, absolutely. We can turn around the chair. Even the back of the boat here is walkable. If you have solar panels here in the back, so if there's any need, for example, to store some stand-up paddling boards or whatever. We have this Targa mast, which is very strong. It's not foldable. People have been asking that before, but there will be also later on a Coupé version of the boat, which is very interesting for my region. And as well, there will be probably a different mast, which will be foldable. But this is really the Mediterranean version. And I really like this with this fixed Bimini because it's really put away very nicely like it is now. I think that was it from the outside. I just talk to Henrik, to the drone again. Thank you for the first part. We do a cut later. We're just having very little time. As I said, Henrik gonna do now some really cool shots with a very much bigger drone, and we do a second walk around when I'm inside and give you a feeling what this boat has to deliver from the inside, especially the VIP cabin, and the master cabin is just very impressive. It's in fact amazing, and I had a very good sleep in there last night. Okay, this we're gonna cut somewhere in between, as we promised. It's the swing platform, which I would say nearly every Mediterranean boat of this size needs to have, because it has 2 functions. Very important function is to lift the dinghy, but it's also an amazing place to put it in different levels to enjoy the time on the water or at the water. Because I just need to bring Niklas now into the cold Baltic Sea. No, it's not it's the North Sea, sorry, not the Baltic Sea. So I can bring it just to the water level, which is like this now. And you can imagine that you now, even with very little kids and so on, you can really bring them close to the water and have them enjoying the time. They don't need the bathing leather to get out of the water, and then you have this very stable staircase to go down here. So this is very stable. I can be on here. I have the remote. Even when I drive now on with my dinghy, I bring it up with the remote. I can also bring it up now with us on board for sure, because this is the same level as I have with the dinghy. Or when Niklas now wants to take a swim, we'll just bring him further down. So this is a very known manufacturer. from Germany who's producing this platform. This is the same platform we have, not the same manufacturer as we have on the VTC 11. And when we talk about the VTC 11, there she just comes, the T11, which brings our models for tonight, huh? And all the, like, for doing some nice shooting tonight. But it's very nice to see how you get with this staircase, which is automatically falling out into the water and very safe. So again, for smaller kids, it's an amazing, perfect, because they don't afraid, they're gonna, you know, be in this area and feel safe. And you could even put a guard around it, like the American boats have, to have it even safer when the kids are small. And then it's, again, a very easy... Oh, we have a jellyfish here, catched. And bring it up. And then it's just an enlargement of the hull. And still, together with the grill we have here in the back, we can put some table there, or chairs, or could you, even if it's a very hot day, I think this is what I would do, put the chair and the table in the water, so you have the cool water below you, sitting in the sea and having an amazing time. So that was about the bathing platform on the 465. So now I'm going to show you the most interesting, the inside of that boat. Even everything has been focused on the seaworthiness, on the functionality. So really things which are in a hard competition with room inside is always the seaworthiness and, yeah, as I just said, the functionality, as this sidewalk, for example, here, the other sidewalk, and also this commander design really takes the volume out of the boat. And still Joachim and his team were able to make that boat the most roomy boat of Nimbus anyway, but I think also one of the most roomy one in its class of the below 50 footers. This side door, again, I mentioned before, when I'm just putting myself here as a person in, it's like 3 of my size would pass next to each other, so you could even pass yourself in that side door. If you follow me to the helm position here, because this is really a yardsman position. As I said before, I can stand here and even reach here, for example, the thrusters, which is standard proportional. I can do that from here, yeah, which is standard proportional thrusters, as well the joystick, as well the throttle. Everything is reachable even from the outside. From my sitting position here, going even a little bit more forward, it's really comfy. This high what is it, headrest. It's really my view I have here with this side window going all the way backwards is very unique. I'm not driving, the boat is moving now. Jonas is driving from the top because there's so many stones and rocks around here. So I would not be confident of doing a video parallel of navigating through that area. Yet again, this is really car feeling, but still not Playmobil, or not too, it's still yachty. Because what I really find important, and this I really want to point out, as many boats of this class are sacrificing the standing position at the helm towards the space in the lower cabin. And this is always, you know, when you look at a boat, it doesn't matter which size, the designer always decided to do a compromise, and each designer tries to do the best compromise for its customer he's targeting. And the most important is also again here that if you want to take more volume into the center cabin, in the VIP cabin, you want more headroom, then you will take room away at the helm. And I know customers having much bigger boats from several manufacturers who can't really stand at the helm. They don't have the height to stand. The floor is up to get room in here, but here you can like stand here, you can easily, like I just didn't move it, let's should look more backward. You can easily even go here out from the side and at big sea, but also from the position here. Neither I'm sitting or I'm standing. I have a perfect view to the front, but also very important, if you're facing just with the camera once backwards, also I'm not too high, because on some boats this step in the roof is then too high. Going back to the cockpit, is also the visibility to the back is perfectly there. And then what we shown before is that we just open the sunroof. I don't know which side I have to push. Open the sunroof then. Gives it a complete different feeling, or we can even open the port side window there, if you just film this there. So at this point we're having a completely enclosed boat, very easily made with the port side window being open, the sunroof or the glass window being open and the side door being open, a very big boat. And now I'm showing something which I just want to, you know, you could easily go even out here and maneuver captain, because you need maybe to get to the middle cleat. So it's a kind of a side door solution you could use there on this side. It's not in a daily business, but again, it could be done. Then the co-driver. The co-driver has always been very important in the Nimbus world. The co-driver from the Coupé series from the start always had the same importance as the driver, as many manufacturers don't have that. So if you see my view now, how amazingly is this with this very little A-frames there, and this view I'm having here is, I think, fully unique in the market. I'm sitting the same height as the driver. We can communicate with each other. You know, being on the boat is about spending time together as a couple with friends, and you want to discuss what you see. You want to be together. You don't want to be as a driver on your own and everybody is sitting somewhere outside and you on your own. So it's a we experience, and this is perfectly possible with this bench here. Or you could even put yourself in the backwards position like this, facing backwards, getting some sun, getting some fresh air. And we even have a small storage in here, and all system is being manageable by this Volvo Penta displays, like music, lights, everything over one bus system. Then it's also cool, we have a small footrest here, and also this very, I think, nicely done a handle to hold on here, which is in the middle of the room, which more or less blocks this helm area off. So also very nice position to sit here as I'm facing now to the driver. We can communicate. I have the full view, and I have a perfect communication place with my arms resting on both sides. Very nice place. What I forgot to say at the helm in detail, or I should go back there again, is we have air condition outlet at the helm. We have big cup holder. Again, the sun lid on the top. We have an indirect lighting here. We have a storage even here where we can put some little stuff in, like keys and so on. And then it's very cool, we're having like big wiper buttons like we have on the car. So now I made the window wash and all wipers go at the same time, or I can just very easily just run the port wiper there, because wipers are very often used, or just this side one with a small push here at the helm. Very cool. We have induction charger, USB charger, buttons which still be relabeled. So very clean but very professional helm setup. Good. Then just moving a little bit backwards here into the salon. Why do we have this step in here? Very easy. It's the walk area. This is what I've said, this compromise between heights. So we have loads of height in the front where we have this openable sunroof. We have a little bit less height here, and this is because we need the room on the Flybridge. But it doesn't matter, because it really feels cozy. If I would have sitting here with this height, it's not cozy. So being in here, you anyway put yourself down to sit down. Yeah, you need to lean a bit, but from sitting height, it's like 50 centimeters on top of me. So this is a really nice couch feeling setup here. Still, we can have the dinner outside, and this table is to be folded out. You need. Okay, so we close this. We stop this here. Just finish this table setup here, so it's easy to sit with 6 or 8 people. We're going to do some pictures tonight. We're going to see how many people are be able to be sitting on this table. Good. One more thing. This can be taken out here. To be added to this even. So Jonas is speeding up. The drone is up. We have a TV which comes out here. and I think we do a small stop here. We'll continue very soon. So after a small interruption, which is the reason for like this amazing weather and the parallel setup we do here together with Henrik of the main photo shooting, which these photos will probably go online more or less parallel with the video. So next step is the galley, the kitchen in that boat, which is very different to Nimbus's ever before, because everybody who knows Nimbus, we always had the kitchen as a long, what is it, like a straight kitchen on the starboard side. But what always Nimbus had, and which I'm my personal fan of, is a kitchen up. So there's so many manufacturers which have kitchens downstairs, and Nimbus has always been kitchen up, you know, very close access from the driver, co-driver towards the kitchen. So I can even, having the autopilot on and making myself like a bread or taking myself a water and preparing myself, even being alone on the boat as a driver, having still full visibility to the front, standing here in the kitchen, as you can see, like this. What was changed now, because the orientation is a little bit more to the back, so I can just bring down this window here, and I have more connection to the very big cockpit, which we have been showing in the video before, with a huge L-shaped sofa with the window in the back, which I just close now once again to get a feeling. Maybe you have swiped forward a little bit. So how, you know, now I'm putting this one down to get more connection, and I'm in fact putting the back one also down, but to close it in this point, to make this more part of the living room. If you now close the sides, you enlarge the living room completely to the back. So this area here stays more like a couch launching area, as you can also order a lowerable table. So you can even make a sleeping area here, or really a lounge area where you watch TV then, which I'm going to show later, just across. To go in detail here on the kitchen, which I also like, because you can share the work in the kitchen with two without it being in your way. On the port side, we're having the big fridge. It's a 135-liter fridge with a small ice box on the top, fully loaded, because we're going to have a nice evening here on board. And we have an optional dishwasher, which for me, as being a bit lazy in the kitchen, is really what I want or would have liked to have. Then we're having typical Nimbus, like everything is already like a full Auszug in German, full Auszug Schublade, which means it's coming all the way out. I don't know how to say that in English, with all the cutlery from Nimbus already put in. So really spacey drawers all the way down here. Then we're having the glasses, the cutlery, stored nicely up here with champagne glasses and wine glasses, Nimbus branded, also as it always was with Nimbus, standard included. We have storage up here for pepper, salt, and like other kitchen stuff. Then we have the panel here, which is the same one and the helm, as well as at the co-driver area, where I can control with the bus system more or less the complete boats, the lights. I did, for example, before the back window, this window here, but I can even control, if I would have liked, the wipers from here, whatever. So it's all networked through that interface from Volvo Penta over the bus system. We're having some other stuff hidden here, which is the air condition control, which also is possible over here, and the heater, as well as the gyro. What is very nice, in my opinion, is this painted matte surfaces. So we have a combination on the boat from different materials. So we have the purple piece, which is like looking very similar to oak. Then we're having the textiles on the roof, very Nimbus style. Then we're having even some glass fiber parts, which are painted gray. Leather pieces, like in Handschmeichler, you say in German. I don't know how it's in English. So something you touch should give you a very good feeling. Then the typical Korean black, and then again a play out of different materials. So for example, this very nice, in German again, Apothekerschrank, where you have stored, or for example, all the cutlery as well in one big, I don't know, in English, Apothekerschrank. And as well, then again, this very modern kitchen material in this matte painted surface in the grayish white color. storage here. We have a big oven to field Saran cooking, like induction field. And then we have here in the corner, again, which I mentioned before, this view out here, especially in this place now, but also in this corner here, to not having this blocked with a big cupboard, really is this kitchen place is, I think, very unique. I have not seen like this on a boat this size before. And then we have a big freezer here, plus an extra fridge also down here, which is full of Mosel sect, yeah, from home. So I'm very proud about this being here tonight and this beautiful boat. So we're giving that a good start tonight. This is something from home. Yeah, so 2 places in the kitchen to work, connection to the outside, bar feeling, you know, sitting here on the table, putting some food on top here. Everybody can serve himself, even storing, you know, dishes away, just placing them here. And when I'm sitting here, it's all cleaned up. I can't see the kitchen on one hand, but it's still very close. And I can even, you know, talk to the one just cleaning up here. So the communication, I think, is amazingly good. And still, what I said, it's also a very good connection to the driver or co-driver. So yeah, I think that can't be really done better. Also, the different levels are not very strong, very big. So we have 2 steps here. So just when I'm walking up here, so these are the 2 steps, but then I have again, going to the side, a complete flat area to go out, or just a step to go then out to the sidewalk. As we mentioned before, we have a TV, which can be controlled open from the side here. There's the curtains on this side still missing, so some details are missing for sure. We also have curtains there behind the TV. But just imagine watching some Formula 1 or some football game, being here in the archipel with this background here. I think this can't be any nicer from the setup here. Good. I think it's time to go downstairs. Most of the points, I would say, I named up here. Just did a small cut. What is very cool, I'll show that later a little bit, is we have the camera, the 360 degrees camera mode here, so we can see the boat with the artificial drone view all around. And then we, for example, see here the camera in the front with the anchor, so we can see the anchor, or we see the bathing platform, which is part of this whole picture which is generated here. So this is combined with the assistant docking, which this boat has, which is like driving the boat as flying a drone, a very supportive tool to be able to drive, even if as a beginner, such a big boat. Good, let's go down. We're having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're quite feeling now we're on a big boat, how we're going down here. But it's still not like it doesn't have a ladder feeling. I just film it from here. It's still a nice staircase. We're having this nice handrail going all the way down here. So I'm really safe. And it has a little bit an S to get more in the center of the boat. And here we're having now, in fact, 4 doors. So going firstly into port side, we would be entering the VIP cabin, the master cabin, with the master cabin toilet room, which I really like, that the toilet room of the master cabin cannot even by accident really used by daily guests, because they would go in there, see they're in the private room and not enter the toilet, as the guest toilet room and the daily toilet room is this one here, which I'll show afterwards. Then in the front, we go in the VIP cabin, and here on the starboard side, we have the kids room, or like a 2-level bedroom, or we can also have an office. But let's go first into, what I want to show is this change of materials down here. We have this gray wall material here, which I really like. And then the pupple door have like an extended framing, and it's all like flush integrated here, like really, really nice looking. And then we also have now really nice hinges, which has been established now on the 495 in the Nimbus group. So let's go in the VIP cabin in the front, which I don't know, maybe I would even choose at some point as my preferred cabin. what it does, it's very high. It has a very good ventilation possibility because we have a port light to the front and as well a hatch to the top. Then we have for sure blackout possibility here. We have a blackout possibility here, very important I think, and also to the side, as we have these huge windows to the side, which also have big blackout possibility. Port lights even in this big side windows, and you know, lying in bed from my view here, this is like amazingly nice, having such a big window being lying here, and it's really high above my head. It's like I have nearly like 80, I would say 80 centimeters above me, reading lights. And something really cool, we have an air condition for, if you order an air condition, the air condition has not a single blowout. The air condition blows all behind this edge here. So the coolness is just against the wall and coming out here. So it's not like pinpointing on you. So it's really spread it out. Then cupboards, like really loads of storage. We have on both sides this huge storage here under the walkway, even some ventilation in here to the top. Then we have again a play with different materials. So we have this gray material on the wall again. Then we have this gray on top again with a small edge so you can store stuff. And then this painted wood again in matte, like we have it in the kitchen area. And then big storage in here. Or like a really big cupboard with a mirror so I can see my complete body. Also in the other room, very important, I really like it. So it's important to see yourself completely, including shoes. The women's like that before you going out. And this is like really also from the length where you can easily hang dresses. On this side here, if you just maybe move to the other side, everything is like lighted, very modern, but still very passive. I say it's not like this indirect lighting here. I always wanted to do that at home in my house, but it was in the end not sadly like with this shadow edge where it's all lighted. I really like this. So this is a very nice. And then you have the direct lights, also not spots. So you also have these bars, really flash put into the ceiling. So very, very modern, nicely done. And then we have again a big cupboard here, and in competition to this one, this is for hanging, and this is really where you really store all your clothes with loads of shelves, which I really find important because many manufacturers, this is more expensive, many manufacturers just putting hanging clothes, and then nobody's bringing enough stuff from home hanging. And then we have typical Nimbus as well, big drawers here. Also here again, this indirect lighting, big drawers below here. And we're having the mattresses from Flexima, which is an Austrian manufacturer, as standard, which is really a high quality mattress. And then there's a surprise, you can lift this up here. In the front we have some installation, but all this room here, you can, for example, put spare blankets or stuff you don't use daily. And also left and right here, even from the drawers, there's extra storage. We have for sure sockets left and right to the bed to be able to charge stuff during the night, as well as the reading lights have USB-C. Again, you know, everybody knows I'm not the tallest guy. We had this discussion today already, but even going here next to the bed, I can stand very well. So it's really a roomy front cabin, which again, I really would maybe even choose. So then let's go to this, yeah, what is it? Kids, grandchildren, whoever, like, for many people it will be a storage room, as we can have this as a storage room. It was drawn as an office, which you still can then change into a bed setup, or even this bunk bed. Our two first boats we sold, they both chosen that for the bunk beds because both having grandchildren coming along. We have just now the cushion for, we forgot to say that. So the table in the back of the boat, we can lower the table and make also a sunbed there, which is completely protected by the hardtop. So this is the cushion for that area. So we have, like, kids really like it, the bunk bed here on the port side, also reading lights and everything there. Also, again, a big amount of storage. What I really like is this purple design of the like, you maybe see that how I grabbed it. So it's a cutout here on the side, and I grab it from the side and open it, and then it is not full material, it's quite light, but it's put with this real, how I say in English, texture of the puppet, which looks very modern. Also the cutouts here for ventilation, you see it's burned, so it's black inside, so you cannot look inside. That makes this ventilation look very high quality and like in a very modern way. Again, here loads of storage, and then we have another cupboard, hooks everywhere, and we have another cupboard here to the front. Also here, it's a full room. Neither use it as a storage or as a space bed, but I think maybe I just go into the bed so you get a feeling from the size. This is what. So it's absolutely, I would say on the upper one, I can have a good stay, and I probably would sleep the other way around. What I just did is wrong. Let's just turn around. I think I would sleep this way. Even the reading light is there because they have more room, but it's fully working okay as a spare bed. Good. So going from starboard side again to port, I just sneak myself in, so then you can just pass. What I like really on this toilet room is the I named it already from the outside. So we have the skylight here, so we have daylight down here, which doesn't make it so depressive. This is like in a house at home if you have skylights, but even here in the bathroom you can open this, which I really like as active ventilation. Even if air conditioning is the best you can have. Just check if the tone is working. Big mirror, again, these bars of lights, proper storage in here. Small sink, again, storage below here, also on a good level, even with a socket inside, so you can charge your toothbrush or using a hairdryer. Toilet, modern Tecma toilet with electric flush for sure, and fresh water. And this is again another textile, but it's all the same. There's like direction, but it's like more. It's now a plastic, but it's a little bit rougher, and it's in both toilet rooms. This chosen as the wall textile. And now I'm a guy. When I was a bit younger, my parents hated me for taking all the hot water of the house, for staying in the shower. So the shower for me still today is a very important room, and I love this, like if the shower is up. And I have not seen that on any boat. So we have a rain shower in a boat, in the recessed here in the sky or in the roof. Really nice with a ventilation for sure, and also the normal shower. Then the floor is Corian, so this you can take out to clean it up, but we have like a drainage here in a very modern design. The whole flooring in the bathroom is the Corian in a different color than in the kitchen, like in this beige, as well as with the sink here. And also this whole block here with the tab is made in this Corian. This wall here, it's you're going to see that more in the evening, is completely plexi, so it will bring light into the other bathrooms through that light here. So when you're especially in the other bathroom, it doesn't make the room so small, because light is still, it's not blocked by the wall, because light is still coming through. So this is the wall on the other side to the owner's cabin shower. Also here, very roomy, much height, really a usable toilet room for the day. And now the big surprise. Again, we've been discussing loads about height. Remember, we are able to stand at the helm. This center cabin is always a compromise, but it's not a compromise. It's one of the best center cabins I have been in. It's amazing, big, and still very, very cozy. And my most favorite place is just here. And again, I know the first family bought the 495 with us. She says she's lying here, and she is having one or two of their little grandchildren lying next to her. So this will be the preferred bed for the grandchildren to stay with the grandmama. But also for me, now we have some spray here, but to sit here, having the air condition on, just getting away a little bit from everybody else, and having this view out here. You can open the window there. Very, very nicely done. Really, really a nice place to be, so close to the water. Very little movement down here. And the same to the other side. So it's because this cabin goes on the full beam. So I think I changed my opinion again. It's still the one. It's still the one to choose this amazing master cabin here. Big bed in the middle. Yes, I can't stand up here on the port side. So I would say it's 160, 155, but it's not really an issue because from here on I'm going a little bit lower into the, like this is the hull. So I can already stand up here. Here I can walk high. I can pass here. This cupboard will be changed a little bit. It will move a bit in so I can pass easily here. Also to be here on this side, you know, nobody will stay hours in here and sit here. But sometimes there's loads of friends, guests up there. You just want to take your time. You just go down here and sit down and having maybe you read something before you in the end sit in the bed and read, because here you're much more comfy. And then down here we have like a cosmetic drawer or whatever you call it, with a small mirror and some storage behind. But this cupboard will be modified, as I know, a little bit, because again it will be moved a little bit to the inside to make the walkway here even a bit easier. This is no storage, there's installation. In fact, here the window, this is what I mean when you put something upstairs. So the side window is moving into this box here, which we have been using before when I was going out there. Storage everywhere. Really nicely done. Even here next to the bed. This is also something I really like such a round corner. It doesn't give much, you know, it doesn't give more room. It would be more room if it would be just a square one. But the design of this is like, it's a piece of furniture. It's not just a square piece of wood. Also here we're having this textile again, a play a little bit with material again. We have the popple, we have the textile on top in gray. We have here again this painted material we had with storage below. We had in the kitchen. So again, this play of materials, but very. And then we have this textile again behind the bed with an indirect lighting around, and also to have a feeling from the side of the bed. I have been, like, it's a very good mattress. I have been sleeping here last night very well in that boat. It was very quiet, no surround noises. It's really a very, very cozy cabin to be in. And it's really, really roomy. And then we have a TV here on the wall, which is for sure optional. I wouldn't like to have a TV room in the bedroom, but this is up to whatever the personal taste is. Storage again, it's like, I don't know if you're gonna this is my stuff I just put in there. We have a locker down there and a hanging wardrobe also with storage there, and then we have another wardrobe on this side here, again with shelves where you can store stuff which you don't want to hang. The flooring I haven't mentioned yet is optional down here with this oak design. It's a dark oak, which we also have on the other Coupé boats. As if you don't choose that in the living room, it's standard. If you don't choose it down here, it will be all carpet. Then little details. For example, here we have on the side we have even hooks to put some hanging clothes just when you got into the bedroom, not to need into like a small wardrobe, or just placing like in the evening a phone or something on here. Oh, I made it not off. Good. Again, what I explained before, you don't need to go through the hallway, I think you say in English, to go to the toilet, which I really like. So you can really shut yourself off and having the entrance here to the toilet room, which is the last room down here to show. Again, we're having this nice Korean beige tops and floor. Also again, big storage down here, and really nice. What I really like, because I'm shaving myself wet and it's always difficult on the boat, so you can really have big light here and you can really see yourself in the mirror. It sounds weird, but I think this is, you know, in the end also for everybody very important. And also this distinguish here for something big and something smaller to use the room better. And also with the edge here, this is, you know, I would say, Anna, for you, you would say this must be, this is standard, but it's not. It's on many boats not the case that things are that functional as here. So now we are, yeah, see, we can be with 2 people in here, yeah, no problem. So I can open this even to the outside. Here again, this is the wall, and you can see now there's some light coming through. So the room is not so much blocked here. And we have again the rain shower here. And this shower is even more comfortable in here. I can really move myself around. And also the Korean floor is to be taken out. So we have a like a clean flooring without the tap to be seen here. Again, there, the gray material. We have enough lights out and the ventilation. So very comfortable owner's toilet room or bathroom, whatever you call it. Good. I think that's it down here. Have you seen anything, Anna, which you want to point out? No? No, you don't? Anything else? Some technical stuff, water tank, waste tank. This is the entrance to the bilge, so not very technical. But we have the water tank and some water, like water pump installation and so on. We have mainly under this bed, as the front bed, as you've seen, is mainly storage. Then we have, but for that we make a cut. We have a very technical room, and I'm still going to we're going to show the engine room, and we're also going to show the platform later on with the usability as the not only the bathing platform, as also an extra social area, which is a very nice tool, especially when the boat goes to the Mediterranean. But let's go then to some technical room and the engine room before we do the bathing platform. So we have neither a big storage room in the center here, typically with Nimbus inside of the kitchen area. In this boat we have a gyro installed, so the room is a little bit smaller. So if you have a gyro, this room is utilized for the gyro. We also have still some material lying down there, so it's good to film from my side now. So we have here now on the port side the water tank. We have all the Victron, like the chargers, the small chargers, all the boost system is all on this wall. And on this floor level now would be the storage room. Or this is part of the battery group, even this level. And this is now, I think it's the X15. I'm not 100% sure, but I will tell that to Michael so he can blend it in. So this is the gyro, which is needed to be operated by a generator, which is also installed in that boat. So if you want to have a gyro, you need a generator. It's not possible with the lithium setup. And this is the diesel tank. As I said before, the water tank is below the bed. This is the 2 diesel tanks on port on starboard side, separated. And then I'm gonna go in the engine room. Also, it's gonna be a little bit warm now because we have been driving until just before. So we're having 2 IPS 650s. Beautiful installation here in the engine room. We have a 80-liter water heater. We have a diesel separator which you can switch. We have in this boat installed a diesel heater. We have the Fisher Panda control and separate battery there. We have a 15,000 E Fisher Panda generator, which I said before needed for the quick gyro. And then we're having here on the port side, we can move everywhere. We have the system for the hydraulic platform, the filter which is accessible from the top from the generator. We have here the air condition filter, another diesel heater, again the filter separation. We have an engine room camera. We have the pressure tank for the air condition, as it is a chiller system. And here we have all the inverter. We have here the isolation transformer is an option, and we have the Quattro 5000, which is the inverter with the charger unit, which is 12 volt but 5000 kilowatt. We have a nice aluminium flooring, and the boat is only available with IPS system, a fire extinguisher system. So IPS, which brings this 480 horsepower. It's called IPS 650, but it's 480 horsepower engines. The boat up to the speed we had it today on 29 knots. Cruising speed in the range of 24 knots. So it's not a racing boat, but it's, for the power it has, a very fast boat, and it has, with the IPS, loads of advantages when it comes to the assisting docking, which I'm gonna explain a little bit later. I'll just close this one here so you can move easier. I don't know, you know, because we're having so much still to do today, I just want to maybe do the end already. Maybe it's cut it somewhere in between because we do some more material. This boat, as I said in the beginning, a bit sweating, it's so warm down there, is so much me and my company in Germany. So my family is Nimbus dealer since 1982, and that's why I also made this video now in English, to have this information not only for us in Germany as a dealer, as we are very proud to be able to have sold already 2 of this beautiful 495, but it's also respect to the Nimbus family, every employee inside of Nimbus, from the guys who laminated that boat to every electrician, to the whole design team around Joachim, to the sales team who made this possible to be here today, to Henrik, who made all the pictures since I can remember. So it's such a good feeling in that company, and this boat is just a new juwel they have been created with this amazing group of people. And when you see how beautiful this landscape is here, then you understand why a Scandinavian designer tries to get the nature into a boat. As many Mediterraneans, I think, because of the strong sun, try to keep the nature a little bit out, to block the boat a little bit more, to make it somehow cozy, to let the sun out and make it a little bit more, protected, which I don't think is the right thing, because this is what we just experiencing here, even with this huge back window here, which is giving me this extra room out here, is a unique feeling which I have not seen in the market so far. And again, that makes me very proud, and I want to thank everybody inside of Nimbus, or every company supported Nimbus, to be able to produce, design and produce such an amazing boat. And I'm looking forward to have the first one in the Mediterranean, in Mallorca, in the end of the year or beginning of next year, and many to follow. And as I said before, there will be also a Coupé boat coming, which will then fit much better into the German market. And I'm looking forward, and my whole team in Traben-Trarbach looking forward of delivering many 495. So thank you to everybody involved in that project. And with this video, I give a big promise, and I hope every dealer colleague who watches this video has the same opinion. We're going to sell many of these boats, and I hope you watching that video are going to help me with this and buying a few of them. Thank you very much.